Imagine for a moment that you are about to fall asleep, but your mind keeps racing, filled with worries, anxieties, and thoughts that simply won't stop swirling. Now imagine that there exists an ancient wisdom passed down through a galaxy far, far away, capable of calming not only your mind, but also your soul. Tonight, you no longer have to struggle against insomnia or wrestle with restless thoughts. Tonight, you will discover how the wisdom of Jedi Masters, epic heroes, and warriors of the light can transform your final moments before sleep into a profound journey of inner peace and spiritual awakening. Because sometimes the deepest truths about life, ourselves, and the universe are wrapped in stories that touch our souls in ways we may not fully understand, but always feel. Welcome, dear seekers of inner peace, to a unique experience that goes far beyond a simple sleep video. Tonight, we will embark together on a journey through the timeless wisdom of Star Wars, uncovering how the teachings of characters like Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, and many others can become powerful tools to calm your mind, find clarity amid the chaos of modern life, and awaken a deep peace that will stay with you long after tonight. You are not here by accident. Your soul recognizes that it needs this pause, this connection to something greater, this opportunity to transform the simple act of falling asleep into a sacred ritual of personal growth and inner discovery. Over the next few minutes, you will receive 35 profound lessons that serve as mantras, guided meditations, and whispers of wisdom that your unconscious mind will absorb as you gradually surrender to restorative sleep. Prepare to discover that sleeping can be much more than rest for the body. It can be nourishment for the soul. First lesson: do or do not. There is no try. When Yoda speaks these words to Luke, he is revealing one of the deepest truths about action and intention. How many times do you find yourself saying, "I'll try," when you should be saying, "I will do"? The word try carries within it the seed of failure, the ready-made excuse for when things don't go as planned. But Yoda teaches us that there is a fundamental difference between the energy of someone who tries and the energy of someone who does. When you decide to do something, you mobilize all your inner forces, you fully commit to the outcome, you become a channel for the universe to conspire in your favor. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, choose to make sleep happen instead of trying to sleep. Surrender completely to the process, trust that your body knows exactly what to do, and allow yourself to dive into the certainty that rest will come naturally when you stop resisting and start flowing. Second lesson: fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Yoda offers here a precise map of how our negative emotions develop and feed on one another. Fear, that primitive emotion that once protected us from predators and real dangers, has today become a constant source of anxiety about futures that may never happen. When you allow fear to dominate your thoughts, especially in the moments before sleep, you are literally programming your mind to create more situations that validate those fears. But there is a powerful antidote to this cycle: conscious presence in the current moment. Right now, as you hear these words, you are safe. Your body is relaxed, your breathing is calm, and the only moment that truly exists is this one. Fear lives in the future, guilt in the past, but peace exists only in the present. Allow yourself to anchor in this moment, feel the real safety that exists here and now, and let this certainty dissolve any tension still held in your body or mind. Third lesson: luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Obi-Wan reminds us of a truth that our materialistic society often forgets. You are not merely this physical body you carry through life. You are a spark of consciousness, a luminous manifestation of the universal energy that connects all things. When you begin to identify with this deeper truth about who you really are, many of the worries that disturb your sleep start to lose their intensity. The bills to pay, work problems, relationship conflicts, all of these are temporary experiences your consciousness is living through, but they do not define your true essence. You are far greater than any external circumstance. Tonight, as your physical body rests, your luminous consciousness will continue expanding, processing, healing, and connecting with the universal wisdom that is always available to those who know how to tune in. Breathe deeply and feel this inner light pulsing within you, this life force that does not depend on external circumstances to shine. Fourth lesson: the force will be with you always. This is perhaps one of the most comforting phrases of the entire saga, carrying within it a powerful promise: you are never alone. There is a universal intelligence, an energy that permeates all things and connects all living beings, and this force is always available to you, especially in moments of greatest need. When you feel lost, confused, or overwhelmed, remember that you can connect with this inexhaustible source of wisdom and inner strength. The force is not something external you need to earn or conquer. It is already an integral part of who you are. Every heartbeat, every breath you take, every thought that crosses your mind is a manifestation of this universal energy acting through you. In this moment, as you gradually relax, Yoda challenges our limited perceptions of what is possible based on superficial appearances. How many times do you underestimate your own power because you compare yourself to others who seem to have more resources, more talent, or more opportunities? How many times do you give up on a dream because it seems too big for someone like you? Yoda reminds us that true power has nothing to do with physical size, social status, or external circumstances. True power comes from connection with the universal force, from clarity of purpose, from unwavering determination, and from unshakable faith in your own ability to create positive change. You have within you all the power necessary to transform any area of your life, no matter how impossible it may seem right now. Tonight, as you rest, let this truth sink deeply into your consciousness. You are more powerful than you imagine, more capable than you believe, and more connected to universal wisdom than your rational mind can comprehend. Seventh lesson: the Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. Obi-Wan presents here a profoundly ecological and interconnected vision of existence. You are not an isolated being struggling alone against the world. You are part of an infinite network of energy and consciousness that includes all forms of life. Every tree that sways in the wind, every animal that breathes, every person who walks the street, every star that shines in the sky, all are contributing to this unified energy field that also sustains and strengthens you. When you truly understand this interconnection, you never feel truly alone or helpless again. You can literally draw energy and wisdom from this universal source whenever you need it. Tonight, as your body rests, imagine yourself as part of this cosmic web of energy, receiving love and healing from all directions, sending gratitude and blessings back to the universe, participating in the eternal dance of giving and receiving that keeps all life in harmony. Eighth lesson: train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. This may be one of the most challenging and, at the same time, most liberating lessons Yoda offers. Much of our suffering comes from excessive attachment to people, things, situations, or identities that inevitably change or disappear. When you cling too tightly to anything, you create resistance to life's natural flow, and that resistance manifests as anxiety, frustration, and insomnia. Letting go doesn't mean stopping love or caring. It means loving in a purer way, without the contamination of fear of loss. It means trusting that the universe has a greater plan for your life, even when you can't see the full picture. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, practice the sacred act of letting go. Let go of the day's worries, let go of the need to control outcomes, let go of resistance to what is happening in your life now. Allow yourself to float in an ocean of trust, knowing that what needs to remain in your life will remain, and what needs to change will change at the perfect time. Ninth lesson: There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. The Jedi Code offers us a transformative perspective on how to interpret our life experiences. Each "there is no" followed by "there is" represents a conscious choice of perspective, a decision to see beyond superficial appearances to find the deeper truth in every situation. When you feel turbulent emotions, you can choose to connect with the peace that exists at your core. When you feel confused or lost, you can choose to access the intuitive knowledge that is always available. When you feel anxious or unsettled, you can choose to cultivate serenity through conscious breathing and presence in the moment. Tonight, use this code as a mantra, allowing each phrase to dissolve layers of tension and resistance, revealing the natural peace that is your true state. You don't need to create peace, you just need to remove the obstacles that prevent it from manifesting naturally. 10th lesson. Much to learn you still have. Yoda reminds us that true wisdom begins with the humility to recognize that there is always more to discover, more to grow, more to understand about ourselves and life. This beginner's mind perspective keeps us open, curious, and receptive to new experiences and insights. When you approach life with this attitude of eternal learner, every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, every mistake becomes a teacher, every person you meet becomes a mirror reflecting aspects of yourself you haven't yet known. Tonight, as you surrender to sleep, allow yourself to be a student of life, open to receiving wisdom through your dreams, insights through the night's silence, and guidance through the quiet of your relaxed mind. Your soul is constantly learning and evolving even when your conscious mind is resting. 11th lesson. Adventure, excitement? A Jedi craves not these things. Yoda teaches us the difference between adrenaline-fueled excitement and purpose-based fulfillment. Our culture often leads us to believe we need to be constantly stimulated, entertained, or chasing the next thrilling experience to feel alive and accomplished. But Yoda shows us that there is a deeper kind of vitality that comes from connection to our true purpose, service to the greater good, and inner peace that doesn't depend on external stimuli. When you find this inner source of fulfillment, you no longer need to constantly seek distraction. 13th lesson. Do or do not. There is no try. This intentional repetition of a previous wisdom reminds us that some truths are so fundamental they deserve to be contemplated multiple times, each revealing new layers of meaning. The first time we hear this phrase, we may interpret it as a call to decisive action. Now, we can perceive that it also speaks to the quality of our intention and energy. When you truly decide to do something, whether falling asleep, healing a relationship, changing a habit, or creating a new reality, you enter a completely different state of being than when you merely try to do something. Doing comes from a place of personal power, connection to the universal force, and inner certainty. Trying comes from a place of doubt, separation, and divided energy. Tonight, make sleep happen. Don't try to sleep. Experience the full surrender to the natural process of rest, trusting that your body knows exactly how to do it. 14th lesson. Trouble you have, but not impossible. Even when we face our greatest challenges, there is always a door of hope, a possibility for transformation that remains open. Yoda acknowledges that Luke faces significant obstacles on his journey, but never declares those obstacles as definitive or insurmountable. What part of your life seems difficult right now? Which situation is testing your faith, your patience, or your ability to find solutions? Remember that difficult is not synonymous with impossible. Every challenge you face is actually developing spiritual muscles you didn't know you had. Every obstacle is teaching you something about your own inner strength that you wouldn't discover in easier circumstances. Tonight, as your conscious mind rests, allow your inner wisdom to work behind the scenes, finding creative solutions, renewed perspectives, and alternative paths for the situations that seem challenging now. You have more inner resources than you realize. 15th lesson. Seek you must, the forgiveness. One of the most powerful practices to release tension and create space for inner peace is forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. How many times do you lie awake replaying mistakes you've made, words you said or didn't say, decisions you took or failed to take? This cycle of self-criticism and regret not only disrupts your sleep, but also drains the vital energy that could be used to create positive solutions and transformations. Forgiving doesn't mean approving or forgetting. It means releasing the emotional weight you've been carrying, allowing the energy trapped in those painful memories to flow again. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, bring to mind any situation you still criticize or blame yourself for. Breathe deeply and whisper to yourself, "I forgive myself. I did the best I could with the knowledge and resources I had at the time. I choose to release this burden and learn from this experience." Feel the literal relief that comes when you let go of this load that was never yours to carry indefinitely. 16th lesson. Always in motion is the future. Yoda offers a liberating perspective on our tendency to worry excessively about what may happen tomorrow, next week, or next year. The future is not a predetermined straight line unfolding inevitably. It is a field of infinite possibilities, constantly shaped by the choices we make in the present. When you expend mental energy trying to predict or control every possible outcome, you waste the power you have here and now to positively influence what lies ahead. Tonight, instead of letting your mind spin around future scenarios, anchor yourself fully in this present moment. Feel the real safety that exists here and now. Trust that the future will unfold according to the energy you cultivate in this moment, and the energy you are cultivating now is one of peace, trust, and surrender to life's natural flow. 17th lesson. Life creates it, makes it grow. Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Chirrut Imwe's words remind us that the force is life itself. This principle invites us to recognize that from the smallest blade of grass to the farthest star, all life forms are energized by the same universal force. When you open to this reality, you realize that you are both a unique expression of that force and an inseparable part of the whole. This realization dissolves feelings of isolation and fosters a profound sense of belonging. Tonight, as you drift toward sleep, breathe in the knowledge that your life force is one with all creation. Feel how you are supported, nurtured, and sustained by an intelligence that permeates every particle of existence. 18th lesson. When you look at the dark side, careful you must be, for the dark side looks back. This is a profound warning about the law of attraction and how our very attention draws more of what we focus on. When you spend too much time dwelling on negative thoughts, worst-case scenarios, or life's darker aspects, you are not just observing passively. You are creating an energetic resonance that attracts more of the same. This doesn't mean you should deny or suppress difficult emotions when they arise, but it means you shouldn't linger unnecessarily. That difficult work conflict can be seen as an opportunity to develop empathy. That personal setback can be understood as a redirection towards something more aligned with your higher purpose. Tonight, choose perspectives that nurture your inner peace and trust in life's process. 21st lesson. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Darth Vader's line, though from the dark side, reminds us of the vital importance of faith in our spiritual journey. When you lose faith in yourself, in life's process, in the possibility of positive change, you literally sever your connection to the source of power that could transform any situation. This future is not mere fantasy. It's a call from your higher self, guiding you toward your true spiritual home. 28th lesson. Hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you can see it, you'll never make it through the night. Vice Admiral Holdo's wisdom teaches us about the essential nature of hope in our spiritual journey. True hope is not superficial optimism or denial of reality. It's a deep conviction that there is meaning and purpose even in life's darkest experiences. It's the inner assurance that you have the strength to weather any storm, and that renewal and rebirth are always possible, even when all seems lost. When you cultivate this unshakable hope, you become a beacon of light for others navigating their own dark nights of the soul. Tonight, if part of you is facing some form of darkness, be it uncertainty about the future, emotional pain, or simply the fatigue of battling endless challenges, remember that night always precedes dawn. Keep the flame of hope alive in your heart, not because you can see evidence that things will improve, but because you choose to believe in life's infinite capacity to transform and renew. 29th lesson. Every generation has a legend. This reflection reminds us that each era brings its own unique challenges and opportunities for heroic growth. You did not choose a random time in history to be born. Your soul chose to be here now because the specific challenges of this age are precisely what you need to develop certain spiritual qualities and fulfill your unique purpose. The problems that seem so overwhelming in our society, social division, environmental crisis, economic uncertainty, technological isolation, are not obstacles to your spiritual evolution. They are the context in which it can occur. You have within you all the resources necessary not only to survive, but to thrive amid the unique challenges of your time. More than that, you have the opportunity to be part of the solution, to help write a new legend of hope, compassion, and wisdom that will inspire future generations. Tonight, honor the silent heroism of simply continuing to grow, learn, and love amid the complexities of modern life. 30th lesson. I will not turn to the dark side. You have failed, Your Highness. Luke's courageous declaration teaches us the importance of maintaining our moral integrity even under extreme pressure to compromise our values. In your own life, you constantly face smaller versions of this same choice. Moments when you can choose to respond with love instead of fear, with compassion instead of judgment, with forgiveness instead of resentment. Each time you choose the higher response, even when it would be easier to react in a lower way, you strengthen your spiritual character and contribute to the triumph of light over darkness in the world. The dark side is not only an external force trying to corrupt you, it's also the tendency within each of us to choose fear-based, ego-driven solutions when we feel threatened or hurt. Tonight, reflect on the areas of your life where you have upheld your integrity despite challenges, and celebrate your inner strength. Recognize that every conscious choice for light is a victory not only for you, but for all of human consciousness. 31st lesson. The resistance survives. Leia's final statement reminds us that no matter how dark circumstances may seem, there is always something within the human spirit that cannot be broken or defeated. There is an inner flame that continues to burn, even when everything around appears to crumble. This flame is your unbreakable connection to the Force, your infinite capacity to love, your determination to keep growing and contributing to the greater good even in adversity. When you feel you have no strength left, when challenges seem larger than your ability to face them, remember that you carry within you a spiritual resilience stronger than any external circumstance. This resilience is not about struggle or forced effort. It's about the gentle but unwavering persistence of love, hope, and faith. Tonight, honor your own inner resilience. Acknowledge all the times you carried on when you could have given up, all the times you chose love when you could have chosen fear, all the times you held on to faith when it would have been easier to surrender to cynicism. 32nd lesson. May the Force be with you. This classic blessing transcends words to become an energetic transmission of power, protection, and unconditional love. When someone offers this blessing, they are essentially saying, "May you remember your connection to the infinite power of the universe. May you never forget that you are sustained by a force greater than any challenge you may face. May you find courage when you need courage, wisdom when you need guidance, and peace when you need rest." Tonight, receive this blessing not merely as words, but as a real energetic activation. Literally feel the universal force enveloping you like a cloak of protection and love. Allow this energy to heal any emotional wound you have been carrying, to dissolve any physical tension in your body, and to renew your faith in life's fundamental goodness. 33rd lesson. There is always something more. This perspective reminds us to remain humble and reverent before the infinite mystery of existence. No matter how much you learn, grow, or evolve, there will always be deeper layers of reality to explore, higher levels of consciousness to reach, more refined forms of love to express. This is not a discouraging truth. It is profoundly liberating. It means you never have to worry about arriving or reaching some final state of perfection. It means the journey of growth and discovery can continue infinitely, always offering new adventures, new insights, and new opportunities for expansion. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, feel connected to this something more, whatever name or concept you give it. Allow yourself to be sustained by this infinite presence that is both immanent, present in all things, and transcendent. You are a precious part of this cosmic grandeur, and this grandeur is an integral part of you. 34th lesson. Love will save the galaxy. This fundamental truth, expressed in various ways throughout the saga, reminds us that love is not just a sentimental emotion, but the most powerful force in the universe. True love, not possessive attachment or emotional dependency, but unconditional, compassionate, selfless love, has the power to heal wounds once thought incurable, to build bridges over divides once deemed impassable, and to turn enemies into allies and to create miracles where only despair existed. When you choose to respond with love in situations where fear, anger, or judgment would be more natural, you are literally channeling this cosmic force of transformation. You become an agent of healing not only for your own life, but for the entire web of relationships you inhabit. Tonight, as you relax, allow your heart to open fully. Send love to everyone in your life, those who are easy to love and especially those who are difficult to love. Send love to yourself, to your imperfections and your struggles. Feel how this love radiates from you like invisible waves of healing energy, contributing to the elevation of planetary consciousness. 35th lesson. You are stronger than you think. This final truth encapsulates all the other lessons, reminding us that our true strength does not reside in external circumstances, physical abilities, or material achievements, but in our capacity to connect with the infinite source of power within us. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far. You have found a way to overcome every obstacle life has placed in your path. You have kept growing and learning even when the lessons were painful. You have kept your heart open to love even after being hurt. This strength you have shown repeatedly is not coincidence or luck. It is an expression of your true nature as a spiritual being having a human experience. Tonight, as you surrender to restorative sleep, silently celebrate your own extraordinary strength. Not the strength the world can see or applaud, but the deepest, truest strength, your ability to keep loving, growing, and contributing to the greater good, no matter what life brings. You are truly stronger than you think, wiser than you believe, and more loved than you can imagine. As we reach the end of this journey through the wisdom of Star Wars, allow yourself to fully absorb these profound truths shared with you tonight. Each of these lessons is not merely information for your mind to process, but medicine for your soul to integrate. In the days and weeks ahead, you may find certain phrases returning to your awareness at precisely the moments you need them most, offering guidance, comfort, or inspiration exactly when required. Such is the nature of true wisdom. It becomes part of you, an internal resource you can access whenever necessary. The sleep approaching you now is not just physical rest. It is a sacred opportunity for these seeds of wisdom to root deeply in your consciousness, blossoming into insights, revealing dreams, and subtle but powerful transformations that will manifest in your waking life. Trust that while your body rests, your soul is actively working to integrate these teachings in ways that will support your growth and evolution. Remember that you are not merely watching a video or listening to pleasant words. You are participating in an ancient tradition of wisdom transmission, connecting with millions around the world who also seek to live with greater awareness, compassion, and purpose. Your commitment to your own spiritual growth contributes to the elevation of humanity's collective consciousness in ways you may never fully know, but that are profoundly significant. If this journey through the wisdom of Star Wars has touched your soul in some way, consider sharing this video with others who may benefit from these lessons. Leave a comment about which teaching resonated most with you, or how you plan to apply this wisdom in your life. Subscribe to the channel for more content that nurtures your soul and supports your path of personal growth. But more important than any external action, commit to honoring the wisdom you have received tonight through how you choose to live your life in the days to come. May the Force be with you, always. May you sleep deeply, dream lucidly, and awaken renewed and inspired to live fully as the extraordinary being you truly are. The galaxy needs your unique light, your specific love, and the unique gifts only you can offer. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with the wisdom of the stars.